Hello everybody, welcome to Simplified in 5. Today we are going to talk about STD optional in C++17. So let's first see what is it. Optional is a template class for holding an optional value of any type which may or may not be present. That's why it's called as an optional value. It's defined in the header optional and no dynamic memory allocation happens for optional object at any point of time. This is because an optional object at any point of time can contain a value or not. If the object contains the value, then the memory for the value is allocated in the optional object footprint. So let's see how to construct the optional object. So you can use the std null opt to create empty optional object, and otherwise you can also make use of the function make optional. So here you can see in the examples, uh, null object, an empty optional object is created using null opt, and make optional can be used to create a string, or you can also create optional values containing integer in a very simple way. So let's see another important function called as has value. So if the optional object contains a value or not, that can be checked using this function. It's very simple and easy to use, and based on if the optional object contains a value or not, you can perform some operations. To access the value contained within the optional object, you can use dereferencing. As you can see here, the opt object contains value 2, or you can use the value function. So both of the values val1 and val2 will be having value 2 here. Now if you reinitialize opt to, or set value of opt to null, then you can use function value or, which is a very interesting function which returns the content value if the value is present in the optional object. Otherwise it returns the value specified by you. Like here, it will return the value 3. The bad optional access is the exception that is thrown when the optional object doesn't contain any value and you try to access the value using value function. So here we know that null opt is used to initialize the opt, and if we try to access the value using value, then it will throw the bad optional exception. Instead what we should be doing here is the using value or, like we see in here. So basically these are the 5 things: bad optional exception, how to access the value, what is the has value function and how to use it, how to construct an optional object, and the basic info about optional object. So these are the 5 key things we wanted to talk about in std optional. So thanks for watching and hope this helps.